So hello everyone, welcome to TryRight. This is Pack 365. So myself Sujit. So today we are going to learn the tuple inbuilt data type. Okay guys, till now if you have any doubt you can directly contact TryRight. Okay. So because in the previous session we are already covered the list built-in method or and string built-in method. So now the next collection data type will be tuple. So guys, make sure that whenever we are going to learn the tuple inbuilt data type, there are only two methods that we can applicable for this tuple. Means we cannot modify the tuple because tuple is immutable. So that's why we have only two methods. The first method will be index method. So like that in our list, it will be just like in our tuple also. Okay. So the first method will be index method. What is the use of this index, guys? This method is used to give the index position of first occurrence of a given element. This is used to give the index position of the first occurrence of a given element. Means whatever the element you are passing in the index, it will be give me the index position of that particular things. The return type of this will be return type of index is integer because we need to find the index position. Okay, and the syntax will be very simple. Variable name dot index. In that index you can pass the element. Okay, element you need to pass. Now we are going to show by the help of one example. Now if I'm taking the table as 1 2 3 4 and I'll take a string called TryRight. Okay, now I need to find, okay, because the return type will be integer, that's why we need to take the integer. So the variable name will be t dot index of 4. Okay, now if you are going to see, it will be finding the index position of 4. If you see, it will be give me the 3 as my output because our index will be start from the 0. I just see it will be give me the index. Now if I'm specifying, means I will be default, means duplicate I will assign. Okay, now my requirement will be I need to specify the index position also. Now if I'm passing the 4 index, okay, means the starting index will be 4, then it will be give me the next index because it will be 3, then 4 5, because my starting index will be start from this fourth index position. That's why it will be give me the answer as my 5, the index. Now the next method that are available in this Python will be count. Okay, tuple means the built-in method that are available in tuple will be count. So this count will be, this method is used to give the number of occurrence of a given element. Okay, this method is used to give the number of occurrence, okay, number of occurrence of a given elements. Okay, and the return type will also integer, means if you are going to find the count of a number, that how many time it will be present, every time it will be give as a number only. And the syntax will be very simple. Variable name dot count method, and in this count you need to specify the element. Okay guys, here if you are giving the starting index, then it will be throwing an error. Now we are going to see that also. Now if I'm going to use the count, here I'm using the variable name dot count method, and it will be taking a mandatory argument as my element. Now if I'm giving 4, it will be tell me how many times 4 will be occur. If you see, it will be give me 2. Now if I'm trying to give a index number, then in that case, it will be give me an error because tuple count will take only one mandatory argument. That one will be element. You cannot specify the index position, means the starting index and the ending index. So guys, that's all for the method that are available in our table. Then the next collection data type will be set. So guys, we know that set is a mutable, means after creation we can add that particular things. Okay, now we are going to see, because we know that set will only allow the immutable and the, we can say that single value data type. It will be not accepting everything. That's why we can say that in set we can add or remove. First we are going to see how to add, then we are going to see how to remove. So because set is a immutable, means after creation we can modify. The first one, for the adding element in our set, the first method will be add method. So what is the use of this add, guys? This method is used to add a single element in a random position. Why, guys, I am telling that we need to place a random position? Because we know that set will be on order, means we cannot guess that particular index position. That's why it will be telling that this method is used to add a single element in a random position. Okay, then add method take one immutable and single value data type, means inside that it only allow immutable, mutable and single value data types. Okay guys, then return type of add will be none. If you are going to print that, it will be every time it will be print that none only. And for this syntax one will be variable name dot add method. Okay, inside this you need to pass that particular element, but make sure that whenever you are going to pass that particular element, that element must be immutable and single value, means at a time it will only take one argument. Okay, so guys, I just create a set. Based on that we are going to see that. So guys, how to create a empty set? By the help of this parenthesis. Okay guys, now I'll add a single value, okay, 420, by the help of s dot add 420. Now if I'm going to add this one, what is my output? Means as of now I don't want to print, so it will be not giving, also it will be not giving me any error also. Guys, just see, it will be not giving. Now if I'm going to print my new set, then it will be give me set of s, means the element. If you see, it will be printing me 420 because I will be adding one value. Now if I'm going to add a immutable, then s dot add, I want to add a string. Okay, I will be adding tririte. Okay, now if I'm going to run one, it will, guys, because if you see here, first I'm adding this 420, then only tririte. But if you see, it will be adding first tririte, then 420, because of it, because our set is a on order data type. That's why it will be adding in a on order way. Okay, guys, now I want to check a mutable data type. Okay, s dot add, I want to add a list. What is my output I want to see? If we are going to see, it will be throwing an unhashable type list, means list is not a immutable. That's why it will be throwing an error. Okay guys, then guys, this is the different element you can pass. Then you can add just like that, add a true value. It will be applicable for that particular thing. Guys, just see, in this way you can add the different value to the set, but make sure that it will be only taking one value at a time. Now if I'm giving a multiple value, now if I'm going to run this one, so it will be throwing me an error. set add method take exactly one argument, but it means it will be given, but in this case you are giving two argument, it will be taking only one argument. That's why it will be giving me the error. Then the next method will be update method. Okay, what is the use of this update, how to do that, we're going to see now. Okay, so the what is the use of this update method? So update method says that this method is used to add multiple element which are given in a sequence. Make sure that whenever you are going to pass any element, that element must be in a sequence, means in the collection data type. Okay, so this method is used to add multiple element which are given in a sequence. Okay, then the argument should have immutable and single value data type. The argument should have immutable and single value data type. Okay, then the next point of this one will be data type. Then the next one will be update method take only sequence, means you cannot pass single value like 424.0 true value, false value, then complex, it will be not. So it takes only sequence. Okay, sequence, or we can say that collection or iterable also. Okay, the return type also known, and the syntax for this one will be variable name dot update, and it will be taking a collection data type. Okay, now we are going to see that particular thing. So I want to just comment this thing. Okay, I am, yeah. Now I want to use that update method. So s dot update. Okay, I want to add a 6, means a single value, because 6 will be a single value. But we know that update method only take the collection data type. Just see, int object is not a iterable. That's why it will be not adding that particular thing. Now if you are going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, then now if you are going to run one, it will be adding. Guys, if you see, I'll be adding a string 1, 2, 3, 4, but it will be taking different. 2 will be separated, 4 will be separated, 1 will be separated, 3 will be separated. Why? Because it will be adding multiple element to that particular things. Okay, so now guys, if I'm taking s dot update, because we know that it will be accepting that particular collection data. If I'm adding a list, inside the list I am taking the single value only. Okay, so I am adding. Now if I'm going to, means we know that set will be not allowing the list, but update method will be allowing the list. Inside the list we are giving the element are single value and immutable. Now if I'm going to run this one, so it will be adding, because inside the list the element are in the form of immutable and single value. If inside that, if you are passing again a list, then it will be creating problem, because inside the list you have adding another list, that will be a mutable data type. That's why it will be throwing an error. Okay guys, make sure that, guys, if I'm taking one, means if I'm taking a collection data type, after that if I'm taking a single value data type, means two argument, in that case what is my output? In that case it will also giving me an error, because integer object is not a iterable. Make sure that whenever you are going to pass anything, it must be a iterable. Now guys, my next one will be s dot update. I want to add a set of 5. Okay, set is a mutable. If I'm going to run this one, it will be adding. Why? Because set will be a sequence. Inside this sequence we are adding a single value. Inside this, if you are adding a string, then okay, String also it will be accepting, but I want to check because string, the set will be not accepting the string. Now if I'm going to run this one, it will be also accepting that particular thing. Guys, if you see here, it will be adding both things. But if you see here, the spelling will be different. That's why if I'm giving the correct spelling, then only try write one time will be accepting, because set will be remove the duplicate one. Make sure that for better understanding purpose, I just want to show you that particular things, guys. Okay. So this is how you can adding the multiple value to a set. Okay. Then the next one will be, we are going to see the removing, because we are already adding. Now we are requirement will be to remove that particular thing. The first method will be remove method. So how the remove method we are going to work, we are going to see now. So the remove method is used to remove a single element from a list. Okay, this method is used to remove a single element from a set. Okay, means inside the string it will be removing, but if the element is not available in the set, then remove method throw and error. If the element will not available in the set, then it throw an error to this method. Okay, guys. Then the return type of method will be, the return type of remove will be none. Okay, guys, the none. Then the syntax for this one will be variable name dot remove. Okay, and you need to pass the argument. Guys, we know that in the set we cannot indexing, so it will be removing in the random order, means we cannot predict that particular things. Now if I'm using s dot update, sorry, s dot remove, because we need to remove. Okay, now we know that 420 will be there. Now if I'm passing that, it will be removing that particular things. Guys, just see, if I'm going to run this one, 420 will be not there. But before, if I'm going to run that particular thing, 420 will be there, guys. Just see, 420 will be there. But if you are going to give any argument and you try to remove that particular thing, it will be give me that particular output. Now, I want to give a particular number that will be not available. Means 4200 will be not available. If I'm going to run this one, it will be give me a key error, because that particular value will be not available in the particular set. That's why it will be give me that particular error. Okay, so that is the two example we can predict how to remove. Means if you want to remove the try writes also, you need to pass like try write. Okay, now if I'm going to run this one, it will be removing the try writes only. Guys, just see, now we don't have any try writes on that. Okay, so the remove method will be removing the single element from a set. Okay, then the next remove method will be discard method. What is the use of this discard method, guys? Discard method is nothing but it is also used to remove a element. Okay, this method is used to remove a single element. Okay, single element from a set, But if the element is not available, then discard method will not performing any operation. If the element will not available in the set, then it will not performing any operation, means it will be not giving any error also. Okay, so this is the main advantages of your discard. So remove or discard same, but in this case of your remove, it will be throwing an error, but in this case it will be not throwing an error. And the return type of the discard will be also same, none. And the syntax for this one will be variable name dot discard. Okay, discard, and it will be taking one mandatory argument. Now we are going to see how to remove that particular thing. So I need to comment this one. Okay, now we are using s dot discard. Sorry guys, s dot discard. Okay, I want to remove the 420. Okay, now if I'm going to run one, it will be deleting, not any big issue. But the main difference, guys, okay, so string. Yeah, guys, now I need to remove that particular 420. Okay, just see, guys, here it will be removing that 420. But my requirement will be, if that element will be not available, in that case, what is my output? Guys, if you see, by the help of your remove, if that particular element will be not available, it will throwing an error. But in this case, my string 420 will be not available. In that case, it will be not performing any operation. That is the main advantages. But if you are going to know from the help of your that particular remove, it will be throwing an error. In the interview, they might be ask you, what is the difference between remove built-in method and discard built-in method? You can say both are used for to remove the single element from one set, but remove, if the element will not available, it will throwing an error. But as compared to our discard method, it will not throwing an error, it will be not performing any operation. So this is the main difference between these two methods. So that's all for this session. We are going to complete the remaining built-in method set in our upcoming classes. So thanks for watching. Try right.